Hinotega is absolutely nothing like I expected it to be. I really didn't know what to expect. I knew we were going to see poverty. I knew we were going to see people who really needed our help. But I did not know that we were going to be so welcomed when we came here.
When I got here, just like seeing everything and knowing that I made such a difference, you know, I can make such a difference and I am making such a difference, makes me tear up. Because for me to come here and be such a blessing doing the smallest amount of things is incredible.
The lights are out, we're getting old. The nights pretenders to the throne, and catch the moon in their machine, and arm themselves with souvenirs. The lights are out, we're getting cold. The nights pretenders to the throne.
Well, we brought a group of nursing students with Amy and Laura, and we came about an hour and a half up the mountain to do some child screening, some assessments, and we teamed up with a group from Louisiana Tech, and we are just playing with kids today.
It's actually not even that far from Hinotega, but walking, they said would take 3 hours. The drive isn't very long, but it's very rough. So you can only imagine the walk being just as difficult.
First of all, when I found out that we were going to go to Los Chahuitas, I was really excited. It wasn't on our schedule, it wasn't planned, and we were actually with another group of people that were at the mission that asked us to be a part of it. And when they sat us down and they explained what this community is like and who lives in this community, and then told us how far away it was and the roads, how you get there, how you get to this other community, it brought me down. It was very humbling, and I hadn't even been there yet. It's only 4 miles away, but it's up a mountain, and they don't have a road. There's not a paved road. It's not even a dirt road. It's caliche, it's rock, it's boulder, and these people don't have vehicles. They don't come to town unless they're going to sell their sticks, unless they need immediate medical attention, and then it's 3.5 hours just to walk to Hinotega.
So we were just doing normal assessment. We started off taking blood pressure, listening to their heart sound, the lung sound. Majority of the problem that I came across were respiratory related, as simple as runny nose, cough, and little minor infection here and there. Nothing major.
We had a guy that we irrigated his ears for probably 30 minutes. He had horrible wax build up, pulled a fly out of it. Had a little girl whose lung sounds were very coarse and diminished, probably thought that she might have pneumonia. I've seen mostly a lot of foot injuries because they walk everywhere.
So right now we are actually next door to the mission where we are staying, and this is under construction, so it's kind of a crazy time right now. This is where they are actually doing their worship. It's their church, and we are teaching first aid to community workers and to teachers and other healthcare providers. It's basic first aid, so like this morning we started off with basic hand washing. We taught them that you need to use soap, you need to use water, you need friction, you need to wash your hands for a certain amount of time, wash in between your fingers, And then we moved on to more complicated things. We talked about wound care, the different kinds of wounds, how you would dress a wound, how to stop bleeding. Right now we're talking about dehydration, which is really important here in Nicaragua. Water is an issue. Some people have it, some people don't, but we're trying to give them ways that they can keep cool without necessarily having to drink a lot of water all day long, since that's not a resource that they really have available to them all the time. We're also going to cover choking, and then we're going to cover heart attack and stroke, and how to look for the signs and symptoms, how you can prevent it, and healthy living. So lots of basic things that are very simple to pass on and to teach to other community members. It has been such a success. I've been really impressed with the questions that the Nicaraguans have asked us after our presentation, the way that they're able to display the skills right back to us after we've taught them. And then they are even asking questions that are beyond what we have taught. So that tells me that they're interested in what we're teaching them. They want to bring this information back home, and they want to make it a standard practice if they happen to have to use it. And you can still take care of people even though you don't have the fancy utensils and you don't have the fancy gloves and the scissors and all of these things that we just take for granted in our hospital settings in the States. There are ways, even in the lowest of circumstances, that you can still properly take care of someone, and to be able to teach that to these people has just been really humbling and really amazing.
The nights pretend is to the throne.